He was young, rich, famous, and one of the most hated villains in professional wrestling. Fans booed him. Promoters trusted him. But behind the arrogance and champagne lifestyle was a dangerous spiral no one could stop. On February 6, 1986, at just 28 years old, Gino Hernandez was found dead alone in a motel room. No struggle. No witnesses. Just unanswered questions. Authorities ruled it an overdose, but rumors of betrayal, crime, and darker secrets spread instantly. Was Gino Hernandez's death an accident, or was it the final act of a life lived too fast and too dangerously? Tonight, we uncover the unnatural and mysterious death of Gino Hernandez. Born Charles Eugene Skaggs in Texas, Gino Hernandez possessed natural charisma long before he stepped into a wrestling ring. He wasn't just athletic, he was magnetic. From his earliest days in wrestling, Gino understood psychology, heat, and how to make fans truly hate him. Trained by wrestling legends, he quickly rose through the ranks, standing out not because of size, but because of confidence and intelligence. Promoters saw him as a future megastar, a man destined to carry an entire territory on his shoulders. In the early 1980s, Gino Hernandez became one of the top heels in world-class championship wrestling. While the Von Erichs were heroes, Gino was the perfect villain, arrogant, flashy, and fearless. He drove expensive cars, wore designer clothes, and flaunted his wealth in front of fans. Inside the ring, he was smooth and calculated. Outside the ring, he lived the same way, fast, reckless, and indulgent. By his mid-20s, Gino Hernandez was already a main event star with money, power, and influence few wrestlers his age had ever known. As Gino's fame grew, so did his appetite for excess. He embraced the party lifestyle, completely expensive hotels, constant travel, alcohol, and drugs. Friends later recalled that Gino didn't believe in slowing down. He lived as if tomorrow didn't exist. In an era where drug use was common and often ignored in wrestling, Gino pushed the limits even further. Some say he felt untouchable. Others believe he was trying to escape pressure and loneliness through self-destruction. Either way, the warning signs were everywhere, and no one stopped him. Over the years, rumors surrounded Gino Hernandez's stories of possible connections to organized crime, drug distribution, and dangerous people far outside wrestling. Some claimed Gino knew too much. Others believed he owed money. While many of these stories were never proven, they added to the mystery surrounding his life. What was clear, however, was that Gino was living on the edge, surrounded by temptation and danger, with very few people willing or able to pull him back. On February 6, 1986, Gino Hernandez was found dead in his motel room in Irving, Texas. He was alone. Authorities discovered drugs in the room and ruled his death an accidental overdose. He was just 28 years old. There were no signs of violence, no forced entry, no witnesses. But the shockwaves were immediate. Fans, wrestlers, and promoters struggled to believe that a man so young, so successful, could be gone so suddenly. Some accepted the official story. Others never did. While the cause of death was officially labeled an overdose, questions remain. Why was Gino alone? Why were certain details never fully explained? Why did so many rumors surface immediately after his passing? In an industry that often protected its secrets, many believe the full truth of Gino Hernandez's death was never meant to come out. Whether his death was the result of addiction, dangerous associations, or a life that burned too bright, one thing is certain: it was not a natural end. The wrestling world was devastated. Many believed Gino Hernandez was destined to become one of the biggest stars of his generation. Promoters openly admitted they had planned to build entire companies around him. His death became a warning proof that talent and success could not protect someone from personal demons. Years later, wrestlers still speak of Gino as what could have been, a superstar taken far too soon. Gino Hernandez's legacy is frozen in time, a brilliant heel, a charismatic performer, and a tragic figure whose life ended before his prime. His death remains one of wrestling's earliest and most haunting mysteries, symbolizing an era when excess was normalized and consequences were ignored. Gino Hernandez lived fast, wrestled smart, and died young. Whether his death was an accident, a consequence of addiction, or something darker, it stands as a reminder that behind the villains, we boo are real people fighting real battles. His story is not just wrestling history, it is a cautionary tale written in silence.